Hello and welcome from Washington DC. I am Bronislaw Misztal. I am the Executive Director and the Secretary General of the Community of Democracies Permanent Secretariat in Warsaw, Poland. I am really honored to be with you today, although through the mediation of the new electronic technology. I apologize to all of you that I was unable to come in person. However, the difference in time produced a problem, since I had to stay here at the university where I teach until this very hour. As I have indicated, I'm more than happy to share with you my own thoughts. I'm happy that among the participants are people like Bob Lagamma from the Council of the Community of Democracies, and I would like all of you to know that there is an affinity of interest and affinity of intellectual concerns and moral concerns among the Community of Democracies as an intergovernmental organization and the NGOs which make the environment in which all of us live. We depend on the liaisons with civil society. Democracy, I believe, is making a return to the international agenda, and this is not because of the succession in the White House, and this is also not because of the economic problems that are making life more difficult and make people look more towards the political and moral solutions, but mostly because we are all in the research for a decent society, for a society that is somehow better to its customers, to its clients, who are called citizens, a society which is more livable, a society which is easier to run and which inflicts less pain, less fear, less suffering into its members, into citizens. So with this feeling we enter the 21st century, and we believe that the Community of Democracies that has been created in the year 2000 was indeed an institution that was created with a vision of a better world, a vision of a good society. And if there is a common denominator between various factors, various participants in this community, there are many different countries, there are NGOs, there are various organizations. I believe what is common denominator, it is our quest for a good society. This is this quest which makes democracy to be a viable option. This is this quest that democracy makes democracy a better option. This is this quest that makes people to be more eager than ever before. But it doesn't mean that there are more democracies in the world. In fact, the actual reports from various NGOs, monitoring institutions, indicate that the scope of democracy, or the magnitude of the democratic world, has somehow shrunk over the last 10 years, that there are other ways that people manage their lives that there are other types of government, that there are other ways of managing economic affairs other than democratic ones. We have to respect it. We have to respect the fact that there are different countries that are experimenting with their own ways. However, what we are convinced about, at least us in the family of democratic nations, us in the family of the Community of Democracies, we believe that ultimately democracy is a way to live, is a way to go. It is, of course, possible that different countries will be experimenting with their own ways. Pretty much like at some point Francis Fukuyama described graphically the end of history as a rail track where you have different wagons, and at some point they get completely disconnected, but in the end of the day they may be coming to the same train station anyway. We don't necessarily believe that democracy is just one train station. However, we believe that this is a certain political culture, that this is a form of political culture, that this is a form of moral culture, that renders citizens more valuable, that actually endows citizens with dignity, that endows institutions of the civil society with more status and with more prestige, and therefore it devoids all of us of fear